XRP, Ripple Labs has secured yet another victory in the face of the SEC. We all know a few months ago, Ripple Labs in the Judge Torres from the case with Ripple Labs had declared that XRP, when sold on a secondary market, was not a security. Well, the SEC was not a fan of that in the slightest, because that means they can't regulate it. If it's not a security, the Securities and Exchange Commission is not going to be able to regulate it. So they appealed it. And yesterday, Judge Torres rejected the SEC's appeal on the case, which means now this case can finally, it's been like 4 years, guys, finally move on to a trial. How insane is that? How insane is that? In a significant development in the legal battle between Ripple's and the SEC, Judge Torres has rejected the motion to appeal the Ripple ruling. According to court documents, which we'll pull up in a second, the SEC's motion to leave to file an something appeal, I can't pronounce that word, I'm not even going to attempt it, but essentially it would just prolong the court case. It's meant to just like stall everything out, right? Has been denied. The court ruled that the SEC failed to provide sufficient evidence to demonstrate that this, quote, speculative motion derived from the entrepreneurial or managerial efforts of others, end quote, for the programmatic buyers who purchased XRP's, Ripple's native currency. This is huge. This is fantastic for anyone who's holding XRP, because now, beginning April 24th, of 2024, so around the time that the Bitcoin halving is going on, we will finally see the trial with Ripple Labs versus the SEC. And if these are any kind of a prelude to what is going to come, then we know it's going to be beneficial to XRP. Just purely speculation there, right? People are going to hop in hoping that it just rides up and up and up. Probably buy the rumor, sell the news, if we're going to be completely honest with that. But nonetheless, it's a huge win for all of crypto to see stuff like this going on, because we finally see the legal system backing cryptocurrency to some capacity. We'll keep going with this. This is the official document here. You can see at the bottom, for the reasons stated below, the SEC's motion for certification of the interlocutory appeal is denied. Denied. Let's go. This is good. This is beautiful. I still don't own any XRP, and if we come look at the chart real quick, I still have more to go here, but we come look at the chart, you'll see it kind of popped off. This is the daily chart. It was nothing too dramatic. That candle yesterday was the pop off. You go to the hourly, you'll see it just was like a little bit of a scoop, you know. So nothing too crazy happened with XRP's price. Went up. I guess they both start from the same period. Went up 5 to 7%, so fantastic. More good news also came out for Ripple's. Why do I keep saying Ripple's? Ripple gets formal approval for Singapore payments license. It's very intriguing, the relationship between Singapore and the United States. Singapore has been super crypto friendly, but then the United States has not been super crypto friendly. And then at the same capacity, Singapore and the US are the only two countries which have legalized the sale of synthetic chicken. So I don't know, they have a weird relationship. They do some things together and don't do many other things together. I wish they would do crypto together. But you can see Ripple has received a full license to operate a major payment institution from Singapore's central bank, allowing to continue operations there after receiving in principle approval in June. Brad Garlinghouse right here with the tweet, just being like, hey, this is fantastic. Now we can provide digital services, digital payment token services to be exact. It's in a statement, the United States-based Ripple said over 90% of its business is outside of the country, referring to the United States. So this approval is massive for its major market, which is Asia Pacific. So again, just good news, good news, good news. No price action at all came from it. We saw no movement in the broader market realistically from it. If anything, if you were paying attention yesterday, you saw that virtually everything sold off yesterday. Everything had a rough day yesterday, and then XRP was just chilling there like, can we pop off a little bit? Can we pop off a little bit? What's good? How is everyone? How's everyone doing right now? It is Wednesday morning, so it's hump day. We got a classroom later in the Discord, and we're going to try and grab some money from the markets right here. It was a short introduction. I just wanted to talk on Ripple a little bit. Everyone's going to be talking about it, so I'm not an XRP or Ripple expert by any stretch of the imagination. It's something that we have to be aware of because it impacts all of our bags. So we gotta talk about it a little bit. Speed is funky. What's good, dude? All right, let's see if I figured out how to. It's frustrating because there's a little line here I want to get rid of. So I can't like put your comment up at the top. I can put. Yeah. It's super irritating. There we go. Pin message. All right. So that's supposed to, pinning a message like that's supposed to bring it up on the screen. So you are the first message that I've actually pinned successfully, I believe. I'm gonna unpin it. What's good? And then let's see what else we can do. We can pin this one too. Dream. Dream is here for every single live stream we've done for so long. We're going to do some analysis on the market. Yesterday, we drew our circle down here on Bitcoin. After doing some looking yesterday, holy shit, Patrick. I was expecting Bitcoin to kind of plummet down, fall down into the circle that we drew here. Didn't play out exactly. We just kind of like kissed the very top of it. So, gotta own up to that. It wasn't perfect. Wasn't perfect. But Bitcoin is still really just trucking along. Like these updates are pretty much irrelevant until some sort of momentum actually begins to happen in the market because yeah, Bitcoin's range bound. Yeah, this area right here has been an area of contention that we cover every single day. This line that I drew at 27,600, it's been an area of contention for months at this point, like since March, so 6 months. Every time we approach it, it rejects us or supports us. It's an area of contention. Back here we got rejected, back here we got rejected, right here we got rejected, and it looks like we're about to get rejected one more time. Who knows, maybe we build support and continue moving to the top of this channel. I'm not betting on that. I think there's a very high likelihood we get rejected. If we look at the RSI here, we peaked up at significantly overbought. We were very much overbought. We started coming back down. The moving average is starting to round back down. We just had a death cross. A death cross being when the two moving averages cross, the longer term goes below, or the shorter term goes below the longer term moving average. I think it's the 200 and the 50 day. We could pull those up. Should we pull those up? I'm gonna make sure I'm live. Cool. Do you guys wanna look at them? Do you guys wanna pull up the moving averages and see the death cross? Generally speaking, we rally a little bit into a death cross, which is counterintuitive, 100%, but it's kind of like a test to make sure that it is actually going to be bearish before we continue moving down. So I'm still holding strong that we're going to come down to the $22,000, the $20,000 area. I don't think we'll hit a lower low, but I do think we'll come back and scare everyone, freak everyone out before the bull market kicks back into full gear. Check AMB. What time frame are you looking at? This is the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, this is a nice strong uptrend without a doubt. So if you come looking, you can kind of see that we've been in a little bit of a channel here. Just carving up higher and higher, right? 1 hour, bet. This is the 4 hour. We're definitely in a channel here. I am going to check the daily. I know you just asked for the 1 hour, but I'm going to check the daily as well. Pretty much the same thing. We kind of peaked out similarly to where it peaked out back in June, but let's go look at the hourly. Oh, yeah, that's definitely bearish. So this pattern is what I call 1, 2, 3. This is a bearish pattern with the candles over the last 4 hours or so. Where this hourly just started again, this looks like it's going to be a pretty strong pattern to the downside. So probably to the bottom of this channel for AMB. If you look, we had this massive spike down, this massive, like several hours of just selling pressure from when we got rejected from the upper part of this channel. We put in this one low, and then came up, retested, got rejected, and continued to move down. Right here, this candle 2 or 3 hours ago, this morning, we came down and closed below the previous lows. You see that? So we put in a low here, and then this low on the candle closed below the other lows. That makes sense? That was a break. So we broke through that low on that close. Then we had 1 hour of just back and forth. It's a little bit of a battle, back and forth. This next candle, generally speaking, will be a continuation of the previous candle. So we had that break lower, everyone took profits, and then we continue to move further. So I would watch carefully on this hour for us, probably today, to continue a sell-off, a pretty strong sell-off. Maybe honestly into Friday. I know it's Wednesday, but so Thursday and Friday could be continuing a sell-off for AMB. What kind of gains are we looking at for that? So you're looking at potentially like 5 to 6%, 6.5 maybe percent gains if you were to short it, right? And then understanding that you need to have a stop loss because maybe it's not. You always got to have those stop losses. And whatever you're comfortable losing, a good ratio usually is like risk 1 to make 2. So if you're going to make potentially 6% on that move, then maybe put your stop loss 3% up, which would be a break above the VWAP, which would be a pretty solid play, actually. Yeah. Good call out. Good call out. That was good. I enjoyed breaking that down. I want to kind of check out the money flow before we actually look at all of the charts. So this is just money flow, you guys. I used to go over this a ton on the TikTok page, but this is all of crypto. It's just the money flowing in and out. I like looking at the table view because it's easier for my brain to conceptualize where the money is going, just looking purely at numbers. The pictures, though, pictures are what gets everyone moving anytime. Speed, literally anytime, my guy. I appreciate that request. I appreciate you being here. So Bitcoin today has had a net outflow of about $20 million. Ethereum, a little bit more than 20 million. XRP has had a net outflow, which is pretty crazy. USDC has had an inflow. So people are taking their cash and they're going back to stable coins. And you can probably see that on the flows, on the net flows. So these are currencies into stable coins. Stable coins, you can see where they're going throughout the market. So from one stable coin to another, from KRW to ENTC. I'm not familiar with either of these, but it looks like ENTC might be something worth looking at. This is just going to show you where liquidity is going. It doesn't necessarily tell you price direction. Buy flow from stablecoins into Bitcoin, Matic, Link, TRX, AVAX, ETH, XRP, and then selling from Ethereum, XRP, Solana. So people are definitely taking profits on the moves that we had. People are still taking some profits. Let's scroll through the charts real quick, see if we can see a setup to take some liquidity out of these markets. Ethereum, not a fan of the setup. Bitcoin, no bueno. We'll just skim through them and see if we see anything. You guys see the boxes behind me? Arbitrum, I could see going long on Arbitrum. I think Arbitrum might be a long. Everything else doesn't look too great. Aave potentially being a long. I'm like swing trade short Aave, so I feel like it'd be difficult to long it for a day. And then Quant looks just choppy. Everything, if we are going to go long today, I gotta be quick to take those profits. Because I don't think that I'm got bearish tendencies. I would be assuming that we get rejected and flip this negative on the day for Bitcoin. That's going to be my assumption here. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong with it, but that just tells me that I got to be quick with all these gains. Yeah, that's unfortunate. No perfect setups today. We go look at Aptos. Aptos yesterday we traded it nice, okay? I entered a trade right as we were ending the live stream, and it actually played out perfectly. Entered right here, I believe. And then took profits at 1%, which was on this wick, so maybe it wasn't exactly where I started. I ended up taking profits at 1% and left for the day. Had I continued to watch, we would have been signaled to do it again up here, right? So we would have probably entered somewhere around here, taken our 1% gains again. We could have maybe done it again here, although we wouldn't have taken those gains. So until way later in the day, but we could have traded this several times yesterday. That's the beauty of this pattern. When you find it, it works nicely. Now, the downside of this pattern, the downside of the trading strategy that I have is that I'm gonna make 1%, but I'm losing out on the potential that had I just continued to hold, look at, we ended up dropping over 5%, you know? Even now, we would be up more than what I took profits at had I still continued to hold. So the downside is that you often leave a lot of money on the table. But my goal is not to make every dollar possible. My goal is to take my little chunk of liquidity from the markets so that I can flip it over into my long-term bags. That's when I hold. That's where I have the conviction, right? You guys got questions? Anything we gotta check out? I think these live streams must be too early for everyone. Everyone's still sound asleep. These lazy individuals. Like, just get up. The market's opening. The stock market, it's literally 9:18. I don't get why everyone's still asleep. It's crazy. Even people that I message still are sound asleep. Maybe it's foolish of me to sit here and fight what sleep schedule everyone's on. But like, there's gotta be people up right now. There's gotta be people. I wish that it would stop doing that though. When I go to a new one, I don't want the chart to look like this. Does anyone know how I can set it to look the way that I want it to look when it pops into a new chart? Like when I go to a new thing, I need to look at this data too. I don't want to just see a fury of nothing. Arbitrum looks clean for a long. I'm going to look at a little bit of a longer term and see what's going on. Aave also, but we're going to pay attention to Arbitrum today. We're going to look at the daily and see if we have a clear direction. Unfortunately, the clear direction's down, so it'd be low-key counter-trading it. Check Pepe. Pepe. Sometimes I watch people who stream 2 hours before you. It's a fair time to go live, in my opinion. Thank you, Dream. Thank you. Thank you. I think it's reasonable. My goal here, right? The stock market opens at 9:30, and so I figured if I go live leading into the stock market open rather than right at market open, then I'll catch those early birds who are there looking for something to do, looking for something to trade right before market open. So that's kind of my objective there. I think it's a viable thing. I can see us getting some support here. I do have low-key bearish tendencies on Arbitrum just based off this chart. It looks like we're going to continue to move lower and lower and lower. So I'd be playing off of a bounce. So I definitely got to be careful what I do, right? We're playing off the retracement back up. If I go to the hourly, and then we'll go look at Pepe, even though I'm not, there is 0% chance I trade Pepe, even if it's got the most beautiful setup. I don't enjoy trading stuff like that. I gotta wait for confirmation off of the VWAP. If we can get that confirmation, then the setup looks good and I would like to trade it. And it looks like it offers about 1%. So if we can get that good setup, hell yeah, I will. Pepe. This is the hourly. Yeah, there's no liquidity here for me to be trading Pepe. Go to OKX, maybe there's more liquidity. Definitely bearish on the daily. Low-key looks like Arbitrum. If we go into the hourly, Actually, very much so looks like Arbitrum, which is kind of funny. It just bounced off of the VWAP, and it looks like it might be finding support here on the VWAP. The RSI is very low. Very, very low. And is low-key diverging. So maybe we see a pop off of Pepe. But a giant red candle here. So I'd be quick to take profits and everything. Good morning to everyone in the chat. Good morning, Ham PNG. What's good? Happy to see you here, my dude. I just figured out how to pin messages, so I'm going to be pinning anything that catches my eye. What setup are you using? That's a beautiful question. It's a great question. Let me pin that. So I look for things that are very specific. I have one pattern that I enjoy trading, and that works best for me. So I stick to that pattern and I don't question it. If we go look, let's see if we can find a good one from earlier. This is a decent setup, but it's not perfect. I want to use a picture perfect setup for when I explain my trading strategy here. You know, like it'll just click so much easier in everyone's head. There we go. Here's the day. Here's the one that works good. I look for this. This is Bitcoin, okay? What you see here is the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. I have videos on this in the Discord, but they're private. What's good, Johnny? What's good? I have videos in the Kryptonite Discord, but they're private right now. So you have to be part of it in order to see the videos, which explain it in more depth. But I'll give you a good assumption for it right here. So I use the volume weighted average price, which is essentially just a moving average that takes into account volume, because every candle is not created equal. Candle in which the price doesn't move, in which there's no volume traded, I don't want it to weigh equally as much as a candle that is massive that has a ton of volume, right? So the volume weighted average price I like better. Each one of these bands which I just added to it, this middle one is the middle VWAP, and it tells me direction. So when the price is above the middle VWAP, we're going up. When price is below, we're going down. Very, very simple. I'm a simple-minded creature. I need that simplicity. Each one of these bands, so the green band, the yellow band, and then this teal band, is a standard deviation away from the median. So not to bring up statistics, but everything is a little bit of statistics in life. So what I look as it goes further, we know that like within 2 standard deviations, 99.8, I believe, or 96.8, something like that, % of the candles are going to take place within 2 bands. So anytime it goes beyond the 3rd band, you know that it's going to pull back pretty soon and come back down. That's not the trading strategy I use. What I use, and why I only use the number 2 band multiplier, and you don't even need to use it, but I just like it. I look for when we are in a clear uptrend where all morning, all day, we've essentially been trading above or below the middle VWAP. I'm looking for us to come test the VWAP and then have a spike up, then a pull back down to the VWAP, test the VWAP and spike up, right? Pull down, test the VWAP and then spike back up. I trade entering in at these tests. So if you inverse the entire thing, this is a bullish trend. The same thing works on the flip side. I trade and I enter my position when we're near a VWAP. Why? Because that's what institutional investors like to do. Institutional investors use the VWAP strategy when entering and exiting positions, because at the VWAP is where most of the liquidity is going to happen. It's the average price for the day. So they know they can get in and out of their positions. So that's what I do. I follow suit. And my goal here is to grab 1% liquidity. So as long as I can get my that's easy. As long as I can get my 1% per day or every time, like 3 times a week, I'm happy. That'll grow my account consistently. I want that consistent, small little first base. I hit first base. I want to continue to do that. And if I have leverage on my account, I can use 10x leverage on a 1% trade and make 10%. Realistically, not that risky. That makes sense? Hopefully that makes sense. I think it makes sense. And so when I'm looking today at Arbitrum, when I scan through my watch list here, I look for a pattern in where we are staying essentially above or below the VWAP for the better part of the entire day. I want us to be testing the VWAP as much as possible so I have multiple chances to enter in. So I could just hop right into this trade and try and grab my 1% out of it, right? That might be a good advantageous thing to do. I want to wait for a little bit of confirmation, especially given that this morning we sold off violently. We had a very, very large sell-off, and yesterday it was bearish. So it's possible that we'll see a continuation of this bearish momentum. If we were to do something like that, it's possible we'll see a continuation when it comes up and touches that line that I just arbitrarily drew. So I want to wait for more confirmation, just in case. Unpinned message. Cool. That's why I'm not able to take a trade every single day. Unfortunately, some days the setups don't look that good. Some days I miss the setup. Like, it's very possible I miss this one right now. The goal is just to get 2 or 3 of these a week. If I can get 2 or 3 of these a week and maybe 1 loss every week, have that win ratio of like 66%, more than 50%. And I keep my losses to 1 and I make 2, or I keep my losses to 0.5% and I make 1% on 10x leverage. Every week I could be growing my account by 20%, which we were on a 2-week winning streak. We had like 6 trades in a row. Each one gave us that 10% gain. That is literally doubling the account in 2 weeks. So this adds up very, very, very quickly. And it's low time commitment. This is what I use. It's 5 years of trading. This is what I like to use. Unfortunately, just sometimes it's boring. We pushed out the live stream to everyone today, so that was cool. How many people chilling with us? Let's go, guys. 3 of us watching here. We pushed out, especially Dream tweeted it. Hey, yeah, Dream, YouTuber, tweeted out about it. So props to him. Shout out Dream. He's chilling with us right now. Coinbase is delisting 80 crypto trading pairs, including exchange token LCX. Probably for the best, dude. Probably for the best. They're cracking down. They want to be compliant. They want to be compliant. Let's go. There's Dream. Where are you from? Initially Massachusetts. I'm living in Florida right now though. I'm enjoying myself down here. The weather is beautiful. I'm in a long sleeve shirt. It's like 70 degrees outside. I'm looking, we might be entering here soon. We might enter into this soon. The RSI is not exactly oversold like I kind of want it to be. So we might give it another couple minutes to see. And it's possible we end up missing this trade. It is definitely possible we end up missing it, because if that was the test and it bounces off, we won't be grabbing it. I want to see us go oversold for a second. But then there is no RSI divergence, so this could be a tricky trade. It kind of is going to boil down to watching Bitcoin here, which truthfully, we could just trade Bitcoin. This low-key looks like a decent setup. It's just getting rejected there. I use higher leverage if we're going to trade Bitcoin because the percents are going to be less. So I'll probably go in with like 25x leverage, which is a crazy amount of leverage. That's a lot of leverage. We gotta see what Bitcoin does here though. If Bitcoin finds support and goes up, then that trade is going to work out for Arbitrum. If Bitcoin comes down, touches the VWAP, we might abandon Arbitrum in favor of just trading Bitcoin. Ding, 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 ding. The market is now open. Yo, chill. So the stock market just opened. It just gapped up. So we got this gapped up 0.25%, which is pretty sizable. Imagine we're going to spike a little bit and come back down, fill the gap, and then continue doing what we're going to do for the day. That might impact Bitcoin just a little bit. Oh, I forgot I was on the 5-minute chart. I didn't realize I was on the 5-minute. So you see it, NASDAQ spiking up. Everyone's FOMOing in because we just saw some good bullish movement. We're having that spike. We'll then, over the next probably hour, we'll have a dump. Everyone will go to lunch. We'll trade sideways for a second and then close the day up. It's just my 2 cents. Nobody can predict that accurately. Nobody's gonna have a perfect say like that. Should listen to some music. Get some music going. I was gonna go live on TikTok, but hey, we just got a new subscriber. Ninja Field. Let's go. There's Ninja Field in here with us. We're just looking to grab our liquidity. That's it. The quant move was fantastic. Quant and Aave, we had some very, very immaculate callouts. I think Aave is still, you gotta give it time to like settle what it had done. Right? It had that sharp drop, so we gotta give it time to kind of like retest and continue that move. But Aave, we called it here. Bounce back up. We called it again here. We'll see if we come back down to the bottom of the channel. But it was a beautiful, beautiful opportunity. Did you see Josh's live yesterday? I did not. What was he talking about? I was gonna check out his live on his YouTube live, right, Johnny? I was gonna check that out after this, actually. Just see what's good. See what he's on lately. Look. Bake USDT future in 15 minutes. Speed. Does it have that clean setup? Does it have our 1% trade? That's what I want. That's what I want. What exchange? This one? That thing's falling off a cliff. It is falling off a cliff, dude. Yeah, that's violently falling off a cliff. What news just popped off for them? What news just came out? Or is this just insiders selling? That'd be one hell of a coordinated thing. It's a big change in direction. It's dramatic. No, I do not. On YouTube, okay. I'm gonna check it out probably after this. I use Bing X. The link is in the description if you want to sign up. You get like up to $6,000 in rewards for the platform if you're a new user. You gotta deposit some money though. Make sure you sign up, register for the challenges and like the free money, and then deposit. Don't immediately deposit. You gotta make sure you register first. The link is in the description if you want to sign up using my referral link. It's like no cap, the exchange that I've been most favorable to. I was using BitGet, no shame to BitGet, but it's kind of sketchy to use it in the United States. BingX has been wonderful. No VPNs, no KYC, none of that shit. They got tons of cool challenges, just like BitGet has. And the only problem that I've had with it so far, there's been one problem, and that is that when I traded on spot, when I did a market order, they cucked me. They took advantage of me like crazy in that moment. With the order fill, they gave me such a crappy order fill, it wasn't even funny. So don't use market orders, just use limit orders. At least on the spot. Maybe the futures have more liquidity and they're able to give me a better fill, but goddamn, I felt like that was a violation. It's been good though. if I can get, I was talking to someone from Bing X, so if enough people are to sign up using the link, then I will be able to actually host a trading challenge where we all trade together to get a funded account. So I need to like actually push it and see if I can get people to sign up so that we can have that opportunity. But if you've been on the fence, if you're in the United States, you're looking for an exchange, dream. I know that you don't trade just yet. You've still been watching and paying attention, but you've been watching long enough. I think you got a good understanding of what's going on. So if you want to sign up for an account, you can do it over on Bing X. Just make sure you're like sit on your hands most of the time. Look for like 1 trade a week, 2 trades a week maximum. So just wait for the great setups, especially at first. You know. Like this, like I've been live for 40 minutes almost and I'm still just chilling, waiting. Still just waiting. Aave low-key could be a trade as well, but we're looking at Arbitrum right now. Just uncertainty. Let's see what else is happening. You guys see the video I posted about Squatober? That's me. How crazy is that? That's what I used to, well, not that. That's me again. I used to be huge, dude. Used to be jacked. Let's see what's trending. PPP, digital KP. Crazy deals on iPhone. People are ridiculous. Meme coins are trending. I hate clicking on this shit because it's just going to be a bunch of scammers. VRA. Oh. The speaker got switched out. That's not what I was going to say. But in the portfolio here, in the bag holder to homeowner portfolio, I'm doing 2 things which I will post in the Discord. I am getting rid of my Matic position. So it's not a lot. It's $30, 50 Matic. I'm going to get rid of that. I'll be selling out of that position. Not because I don't believe in Matic. The long-term portfolio is still going to hold it because I think that you'd be foolish not to hold some Matic. But in this portfolio, I don't think it's worth it since it's only $600. And then VXV. The classroom today, since it's Wednesday, we're going to be doing a classroom in the premium Discord. I'm going to do a deep dive into VXV. Because it's down 30%. You got to know, is it time to double down or is it time to cut some losers, you know? Always got to be on top of the portfolio. So, is it time to double down on vector space or is it time to cut the loser? Can maybe come back in a little bit. Maybe it just needs time to resolve whatever's going on, you know? $10 million market cap, it's definitely a tiny baby, but maybe it's time. You back home? I am back home as home gets. We're also at 16.66% cash in this portfolio, so I think it's time to deploy a little bit more money into the market. We missed that dip. I was gone for, like, I was just not able to really do my shit during this dip, which is unfortunate. We didn't get to take advantage of it like we have been. Look at this chart. This chart's beautiful. Probably should begin taking some profits on some of these. We'll look at Kaspa and CheckDot here in a second. Kaspa, we're up 100% on. Hello, we're up 36% on. CheckDot, 75%. HBAR back to 8. Saucer Swap back to 7. So I might, low-key, might add to both of these, hoping for a pump. Might trim some of my Kaspa or my CheckDot here in the future, in the near term. I might honestly do it today. Might be doing it in a minute. Let's check out CheckDot, if it's got CheckDot USD. Nope, that's CoinDash. I might not be able to do it on this one. Let's look at Kaspa first. CDT was a good call. Let's go, Johnny. Double down on VXV. We'll see. We will see. I would like to, but I want to do that deep dive to determine if we should or shouldn't. CheckDot was pretty nice. Not gonna lie, made a quick double up essentially. I didn't time the top with a sell, so we're only up 75% on it right now, but that's like over a month or two. That's some pretty decent gains. Kaspa, we're chilling on. I don't think I'm gonna take profits on Kaspa right now. It's spending a lot of time right here, getting ready, in my opinion, for the next move. When we start approaching 10 cents, that's when I'm gonna start reeling in some profits. We'll be up a good amount, right? Our first entry point was back here. We got in on this wick right underneath 2 cents. So when we get up to 10 cents, that'll be a 5x on the initial bag. I'll probably sell that bag and hold on to the other half. Right, when we look at Kaspa. Well, that's not what I meant to do. We look at Kaspa. I will likely sell this and hold on to this. I still think it'll do well, but I want to take my profits. Small account, we gotta be quick to flip. So I'll take that 5x and move on. It's been long enough. The check dot, what do we get in for? 20 cents. We gotta do, what is it called? Like live pool or something? Live coin watch. Don't let me forget about our trade here. I still want to get in this. Ooh. Do I though? Do I? Bitcoin's coming down. We might forego Arbitrum and just go straight for Bitcoin. What wallet are you using for Kaspa? You're gonna yell at me, Johnny. You're gonna yell at me if you know what wallet I'm using. It's literally just sitting on it's sitting on BitGet right now. I didn't think I'd be in it for an extended period of time when I first bought in. I thought it was going to be like a 2 or 3 week, a month, maybe 2 months trade. We've been in it for a little bit longer than that at this point. You're going to yell at me. Yeah, it's not great. I didn't expect to hold it for any amount of time. I am definitely breaking rules, but like this, what you see in that portfolio for Kaspa is all the Kaspa I own. So it's not like it's a huge thing. I own $100 worth of Kaspa sitting on that wallet. So it's not like it's a massive thing. CheckDot just got rejected from here. I think this might be a little bit of an unnecessary pump for CheckDot, so we might be taking some profits. I'm still a fan of them over the long term. I think they got a good opportunity, and they're only at a $4 million market cap. So still could be a good opportunity, but I think we might take in some profits. So enter the new month, we're stepping towards ambitious plans. Yeah, it's at 3.5 million. It's a good coin. CheckDot's good. I'm a fan of CheckDot for real. I just in the portfolio, I want to lock in some gains on stuff, so I have liquidity again. I'm breaking. God, making me feel bad now. No, I'll get it off. I'll get Kaspa out of there. It's literally idiotic of me to have it in there, especially to reveal that to you guys. It's supposed to be the pinnacle of doing what you're supposed to do, but we're all human, man. We're all human. Sometimes the laziness kicks in. Yeah, the portfolio's been chilling here for so long at this point. It's time to clean up. Time to clean up. Where are you gonna put it? It's a good question. We're gonna see. We'll see. I don't actually know. I don't actually know where I'm gonna put it yet. You know what we could do? See what Medium's got to say. We'll check with them. KDX. Are we going to make a new wallet? A little hot wallet, KDX. We might. We'll probably end up doing something like that. We'll look more in depth. I'll do it in the Discord later. Just do a hot wallet. I'm not too concerned about putting it in cold storage right now. Shut up. I don't care. If a hacker's gonna take my $100, they can have it. All right, I don't care. You just gotta make sure the long-term stuff is in cold storage. Again, Kaspa could be a good long-term play, but that's not what we went into it expecting. Bitcoin came down to the VWAP, so we're chilling here. But what if? If they do it, it would suck. And if Kaspa 10x'd or 100x'd and I ended up losing 10 grand, $100 into 10 grand, that would suck. But I won't be holding it that entire time, so it's not a realistic thing. You know, if Kaspa starts moving like that, I'm selling. I'm getting out. I already told you I'm getting out at 10 cents. And I'm trimming like 70% of the portfolio at 10 cents. So all right. It's been a minute since we've traded Bitcoin. Everything's down at the VWAP. If we look at Aave's down here as well, I think my focus was on Arbitrum. Arbitrum has changed up its direction here a little bit. We've gone a little bit too deep past the VWAP for my comfortability. And where we didn't make a higher high previously, you know, I'm switching up a little bit here. Aave also didn't make a higher high, but it did not break the VWAP here. And Bitcoin is chilling down at its VWAP. Very similarly, we could enter for 0.5%, enter on like 25x leverage for Bitcoin. Understanding that if we break the VWAP, risk 1 to make 2. Or we could go with Aave. We could go with Aave, which would give us that 1% and stick to the standard. It would barely eke out 1%. Turn that 100 into 100,000. Hell yes. Hell yeah. Imagine if CheckDot, well, Kaspa's already at $1 billion market cap, so Kaspa going to $1 trillion is not going to happen. Kaspa is not 1000x, but CheckDot at a $4 million market cap. Imagine it went to 4 billion. It's an insurance play for DeFi. It's possible that it gets somewhere up there. We could see a very, very large check from CheckDot. That's not what I'm banking on. I'm trying to see if it'll go to like 100 million or 300 million and get a nice, if it went to 300 million, we'd get a 100x. 100x just adds 2 zeros to whatever you invested into it. That's nice. That's some gains. That's really good, actually. I got to go to the bathroom, so I think we're going to wait for a slight pullback here. That was like crazy how quickly it just rebounded right back. Small percentages, but we've also been live for 50 minutes, so I'm going to set an order on Bitcoin. BTC. Perpetual futures. We're going to go long on Bitcoin. It's been a minute since we've traded Bitcoin, and it's just easier to trade Bitcoin. Yeah. We gotta be quick to take profits though, because I still am bearish on it, but we're going in for a trade on Bitcoin. We're looking for 0.5% gains, and I would like to look to enter right down here. So at 27,465. 27,465. Oh, it's different on Bing X. That was almost goofy. Although, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Because basically right there anyways. 27, 4. It's crazy how different they are. Mother curs. 7, 4, 65. All right, the order's there. We'll see if it gets triggered. Probably is gonna get triggered right here, and then it's gonna go straight down and we'll be stopped out. No, I'm just kidding. It just... No, that was somebody messaging. No, yep, we're in it. We're in the trade. So, if we break below this low, if we get down to 27,420, I think a little bit lower actually. Especially since we're just skyrocketing straight down. 0.2, if we go 0.2 below, I'll be stopped out. So 27,400. If we do not, then we'll be taking profits up here at 0.5% up from where we entered. So 27,600 is where we'll put the take profit. I gotta go to the bathroom. It's been wonderful trading with you guys. Wonderful speaking with all of you guys. Time's your most valuable asset. Hopefully this is worth investing into. #GoRipple. I'll post the results in the Discord.